I'm really now fortunate enough to be in a position where I have more work coming in than I can actually do myself. And so what that really basically means is that I have an abundance mindset. I have the confidence to be able to raise my prices whenever I want. I can say no to clients that raise red flags or clients that don't really align with my values. And it's really a position that I think most designers want to try and get to, where they can just basically choose their perfect client, raise prices when they want to, and feel like they don't have to constantly be seeking clients. So what I'm going to do is go through from fifth to first and end with the one that is the most successful way that I find most of my clients. So let's get into it. Fifth place for me is content creation. And so this is one that I think gets mixed results depending on how you approach the kind of content that you make. But for me, the way that I approach content is I'm sharing information about how to run brand strategy workshops, how to be successful as a one-person business as a designer. And because of that, it kind of positions me as an expert in specific fields. I found that because I created a course that teaches brand strategy, people now kind of reach out to me because they see that, okay, if this person has created a course, if this person's teaching it and has, lots of happy students, this kind of is the ultimate credibility statement that I can actually do this for them. So what I actually find is that people reach out to me saying, okay, well, we'd love to actually bring you on as a brand strategist for our agency, or we'd love you to bring you in to just coach us and train us on how to do it. And it's all because they've just basically Googled brand strategist, found my course or found my content, and then it's just started a very natural conversation that has led to me having some sort of partnership with them. So that's actually been a really surprising knock-on effect of creating content that I wasn't predicting in the slightest. In fourth place is SEO. So fundamentally, again, this is about people just Googling things like brand strategy, brand identity designer, and coming across my website. A surprising amount of people have just reached out to me, send me an email, come across my portfolio, and seen my work, seen the kind of method that I have, and they just simply just reach out with an email. And that's been just such a nice way just to be found. And I think some of the things that have influenced the success of my SEO have been things like putting my portfolio out there, submitting it for awards, things like that. It was listed on a variety of award websites like Landbook and awards.com and a bunch of others, Lapper Ninja, things like that. And because they've been on that, my site just ended up getting tons of traffic. Most of that's probably from designers, to be honest, but it helped Google rank my website, I think. And so, yeah, I saw a surprising uplift in people just landing on my site, finding my email, and just dropping me a message and getting the conversation started. In third place are referrals. And so this is really just a natural result of having a great relationship with the client, them being super happy with the kind of work I've done, and then basically just going to other people and talking about what I've done, showing the work. That's just led to very organic growth in my business. People will just say, okay, yeah, I know this guy does brand strategy, does brand identity design, Webflow. We'd love to connect you, and it's as simple as that. And I think the key to actually making this effective is around developing a very strong relationship with the client. I develop a very strong relationship mostly basically just through doing brand strategy with them. When I do a 2-day workshop with a client, it basically, following that workshop, I'm basically part of the team. I basically know them extremely well with a lot of detail. So it's just really an amazing way to create a very deep relationship with a client that lasts many, many years, and it just increases their propensity to share my work or just talk about me to other people. And so this has actually been one of the best ways for me to find work over the years. And also you can just encourage referrals at the end of every project. I always send a quick email just saying, first of all, it'd be great to use this work in my portfolio. I'd love to get a testimonial from you if that's okay. And then finally, if there's anyone else you know that would need my skills, I'd really appreciate a referral because it's basically the lifeblood of my business. And yeah, it's amazing how many people open to just helping out. Once they kind of realize that this is actually having a really profound impact on my business, I've already done something for them, and it's almost like, a little bit of reciprocation that comes through. So it's always worth just asking, and you never know what's going to happen. In second place, we have TopTal. Now, TopTal is an absolutely amazing platform. I am such a big fan. I discovered them about 3 or 4 years ago. And since then, it's been one of the best kind of almost security nets, you could say, in terms of finding new business and new clients. So I would highly recommend any designers watching this video to definitely try and get yourself on the platform. The process of getting on the platform is extremely hard. It's they kind of showcase in the fact, and they're very proud of the fact, that only 3% of people who apply actually get onto the platform. But what it means is that they have, the top talent for their platform, and it's one of the big selling points for why they attract such amazing clients. But yeah, if you get through that rigorous interview process, you basically do get access to an absolutely astounding pool of clients. You basically have them reach out to you. So this is also a very passive way of finding clients. You can reach out to clients on the platform. That's something you can do. You can kind of apply. But what I found is that most of the clients that I get are from the recruiters working on the platform, understanding the kind of offering that I have, and then finding clients that are perfectly suited to my offering and setting up the whole thing for me. So it's just been quite incredible, and the quality of clients you get on there is really, really great. So, and by the way, I do actually have a referral link in my description. If you do use that link to sign up to TopTal, we both get about $100, I think, at the moment from that. It used to be $500, but unfortunately they reduced it to $100. But still, I'd really appreciate it if you did that, and good luck with getting on the platform. If you want to have a conversation with me, by the way, about how to get onto TopTal and just give you some kind of tips about best practices, because there's some things that can trip people up, then feel free to have a conversation with me. I've got my calendar link in the description, so you can book in a 30-minute call with me for free. I love talking to you guys, so just feel free to book that in and we can have a chat. And that leads me to the final and most effective way that I find business nowadays, and that is just simply through repeat business. I have found that has really helped develop a very long-term relationship with the client, because once again, going into all that detail and taking 2 days to really understand the client's business, to ask them all these questions and to fully get to know them, it basically means that they don't really want to work with anyone else. So if new work comes up in the future, often clients will come back to me to complete that. And at this point, I've had many client relationships that have lasted many years at this point, where they keep coming back to me for new web design work or new iterations of their brand and so on. Or even if they start up new businesses, they'll come back to me. And so this has been absolutely my number one way of finding new business. It's just basically repeat business. And so, as I say, make sure you're creating a really strong and robust connection with the client. Do so, I think a great way to do that is through brand strategy workshops. If you want to learn my method of brand strategy workshops, there is a link in the description to a course that I've put together that basically just teaches you exactly what I do. But yeah, it's really powerful. And then of course, just providing a great service. Don't ever burn any bridges. Try to keep things really positive with clients. And of course, just give them really great design results. So those are the 5 main ways that I find clients, but there's really no right and wrong with this. And I think that the best way to approach just finding clients in general is to think of yourself as a bit of a scientist that's just doing lots of different experimentation. I think going into this, the way that I have developed these 5 things that I like to do, the way that I found these 5 methods is by just basically experimenting with many different techniques and styles. I've actually gone through probably every single type of approach to finding business over the last 10 years. And really, this has been the synthesis of all of that. But I wouldn't have found these without that experimentation mindset and being comfortable with the fact that maybe some of the things that I tried went completely wrong. But there's certain things you might try that you think are not going to work, but actually they do reap massive rewards. And usually maybe it's about like a 20% of all the things that you try could actually work. Once you find those 20% that work, just double down on them and try and maximize how much you can get out of it. That's really, I think, the most effective way to kind of approach the problem of finding clients generally. Another thing that's important to recognize is that the effort you put into finding clients today will often only really come through in a month or 2 or more into the future. It's very rare to be able to kind of just put in some effort into finding a client today and then basically have it done tomorrow. So you should really see this as a long-term play, and your future self will be so grateful to you for actually putting that effort in. So always think of the fact that there's going to be a bit of a lag, there's going to be a bit of a delay, but put the effort in now, put the effort in today, and you will get those rewards and benefits in the long run. If you found this video helpful, make sure you leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already, then please do that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.